What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, all right, we're coming back to Love Bites. Yes, indeed, Love Bites fans feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bobbidi-bob, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Glenn, and it was also the winner of the Patreon request prioritization poll, winning with 77% of the vote, moving it from number 1,037 in the queue straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. They all want to see me react to this. It is Love Bites with a song entitled Stand and Deliver.
Hey, wait a minute.
Now, have I heard the song before? This is where things get complicated. Mrs. Heretic and I went and saw them perform live back in September. We went to their concert. They were performing at the Echoplex. They did 2 nights, and from what I understand, both nights were a very rousing success. This song was in the set list. Now, having said that, I didn't recognize the song because they did a number of songs I've done reactions to. When I go to a concert to check out a band that I've done reactions to, I have a tendency, and I did this here, if I recognize the song, if I know the song and I've reacted to it, I will pay immaculate attention to it. I will listen to it, I will enjoy it. However, if it's a song that I have not done a reaction to, especially if I know it's in the queue, I block it out. I don't listen to it, I ignore it. I watch the show, but I don't pay attention to the song at all. I just try my best to block it out. Now, doing the reaction to the song after seeing them perform live, I don't recognize, like if I'm looking at the title, Stand Deliver, nothing is popping in my head. Melodics, the melodic line, chordal progression, nothing is popping into my head. I don't recognize it. Now, having said that, I may start listening to the song and it might click in my head and go, oh yes, there it is. And that's where things get complicated. So here's the deal. I'm going to assume, I know I've heard it, but I'm going to assume I don't remember it. Now, if I start listening to it and it does click and a light bulb goes off, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I just want to be transparent. I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm not trying to pretend like I haven't heard this song before because technically I have. So anyway, this was posted by Love Bites, surprise, surprise. And the video has 97,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Love Bites, Stand and Deliver, Shoot 'em Down. Live video from Knockin' at Heaven's Gate Part 2. Okay. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
それではその曲の先陣を切るのは新たに仲間となったこのメンバーファンミー Everybody clap your hands. Now clap. Woo, woo.
The chorus is nice. I like that progression. They modulate. So we got a new root note, 1 to 3 to 1 to minor 3 to flat 7 to flat 6, 5. Back to the root. To the flat 3 to the flat 7 to the flat 6 to the 5. Using the 5 to transition back. I like that. It's nice. I don't recognize this. I don't recognize it. I think it did a good job of blocking it out because I would remember that chorus. That chorus is the hook, without question. I think that's right. E. So we're starting in D, go to E, I think. Hold on 1 second.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Okay, so let's see if I'm right about this chord progression. I'm pretty sure they're detuned. They're detuned half a step. So they're F sharp. I think that's their F. Okay, so is that right? Hold on. Yeah. Okay. So F sharp to the A. Now the flat 7 would be E. Down to the flat 6, D, to the C sharp. So around there, right? I like that chordal progression. I like that skip from the 3 to the 7. Very, very catchy. That's what's really kind of appealing as far as how I'm concerned, as far as how I feel about the song. The chorus, it's definitely the hook for me, and what's really hooking me about it is that jump from the 3 to the 7. Right there. And then resolving with the flat 6 to the 5. Very, very appealing. Very pleasing to the ear. Whenever you can get that transition involved, or get the 5 involved in a transition to go back to the root, it's always a good day. I'm liking what I'm hearing. I definitely am. Let's keep going here. Let's see where this goes. So there's no actual modulation. I was wrong. Okay, so the whole song is technically in that F sharp. Well, dropped. Obviously, it dropped a half step, but it's technically in that F sharp. What was throwing me off was the A in the verse, utilizing the A as much as they were. It made it sound like a root. It's not, because they would always come back to the 7 root, the 7 root, 7 root, to flat 5, 4, 3 root again. But they would utilize the A though as well, the third, quite a bit. Let's go back. Check this out. Okay. Let me Get this again. This is a very Judas Priest thing to do. This really is. So. Go back to the A, right? And now we go to the A. Staying on that flat 5. Now when we modulate up to the A, we got that riff. So this is where things get a little weird. By modulating up to the A, up to the minor third from the F sharp, which is what we're dominantly in. It's F sharp, right? That's the root. So now we got the minor third going. Reestablishing itself, or establishing now itself as the root of this section. So root, which is actually the minor third, to the minor third of that new root. Following the same pattern though. 1, flat 3, 4, and flat 5. The exact same progression, or the exact same note usage, integer usage that we have with the root. The only difference is we're adding the 7 in that original root. 7 root, 7 root, 7 root. But here's the flat 5, 4, flat 3. And then transition. Complicated? No. Difficult? No. Impressive? No. But sounds good. It sounds really good. Maybe not Judas Priest-ish, but there's a lot of other bands, especially new wave of British heavy metal bands that would do stuff like that. Iron Maiden, actually, now I think about it, Iron Maiden's the first one that comes to mind. They would do stuff like that. Thrash metal bands too. Old Metallica, Cliff Burton days Metallica would do stuff like that. Fight Fire with Fire, that's one of the first songs that would come to mind. No. Trapped Under Ice. Trapped Under Ice. That's the song I'm thinking of. They would utilize that same pattern. Root 7, root 7, root 7, flat 5, 4, flat 3. Trapped Under Ice uses that. That's the main riff. Don't know why I said Judas Priest. I have no idea. I'm having an off day, I guess. No, I'm digging it. I'm absolutely digging it. Like I said, it's not complex. It's not difficult. But it sounds really good and it's impactful and it flows so well. And it adds some variety. It's not the same riff over and over and over and over and over again. By modulating up to that A, gives it a little variety, which is nice. This would be a fun song to play along to. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll do that. Just for laughs, just for giggles. Maybe I'll just, pick up a bass, learn a few songs, from different bands and do a live stream or something like that. Make it a Patreon exclusive just because I'll probably mess it up and I don't want people watching me mess up for free. You want to watch me mess up? You got to pay for it. Anyway, let's keep going here. guitar solo section. Back up. Don't want to, because I know their guitar solos are probably going to go pretty long here. They're going to trade off more than likely. That little breakdown section right there beforehand, the stoppages, bomb, bomb, just accents, bomb, bomb, accents, bomb, bomb. I like that. Giving Asami a chance to kind of, you know, have a little solo spotlight on here with some accent work behind her. Nice.
Nice, nice, nice.
As far as the stage show goes, I couldn't help but notice the movement and motion that is happening around the stage. Before the second verse kicked in, the three ladies, the instrumentation ladies, Fami and Midori and Miyako, they all switched places. They played musical chairs. So now you got Fami over here on Midori's setup. You got Miyako over here. Oh, yeah, that's Midori's setup. You got, well, these two. Okay, so before this, when did they switch back? There was one point where Miyako was over here on Fami's spot. Midori was over there on Miyako's spot, and Fami was over here. Or no, Fami's been here the whole time. Though these two just switched back, sort of. Anyway, there's a lot of movement and motion happening. That's my point. So the point I'm trying to make is they're moving around the stage. They're creating energy. That I like that. I like that a lot. I love seeing that. So that's definitely a bonus. Let's keep going here. Let's see how these guitar solos are gonna go. Yep. That's chill. Interaction. No trade-off. A little surprise. Now we got the trade-off. I saw interaction over on the left, on the right side. There we go. Double time feel there in the drum, nice. Done. I like that. Bomb, 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 bomb. Accents on the downbeats. Pow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hit the final note on the next downbeat of 1. Let's sustain. Cut. Nice. Very nice. I dug this. Okay, well, now I'm gonna have to go see them live again and not block it out this time. Man, I'm getting really good at blocking out songs and live shows. I'm really getting good at it. I think I pretty much covered everything during the reaction. I think I pretty much did. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Love Bites with Stand and Deliver. This was a request from Glenn, and it was also the winner of the Patreon request prioritization poll, winning with 77% of the vote, moving up from number 1,037 in the queue straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. Okay, before I get to the score, just need to clarify a couple things. Number 1, I did state at the beginning of the video that I had heard the song before. Mrs. Heretic and I went and saw them perform live at, what was the name of the venue? The Echoplex. We saw them at the Echoplex Theater. And they did have this in the set list and they did play it. Now I did make the statement, and I try my best to do this whenever I go see a band, whether it be Love Bites or The Warning or whoever. When I go to a concert and I do and they're gonna play a song that I've done a reaction to, it's safe. I can listen to it. I can enjoy it. I got no problem with it. When they play a song that I have not done a reaction to, I do my very best to block it out, not pay attention. You know, talk to Mrs. Heretic. We talk about things happening in our day, things we have coming up. We'll have a discussion while that song is playing, and I'll do my best to not listen to it because I don't want to ruin the reaction. I must be getting really good at it. I must be, because I know this was on the set list. I know they played it, but that did not help when it comes to recognizing the song. It did not resonate with me at all. So I must be getting really good at blocking songs out. So I was able to listen to this song and go, I have not heard this before. I know they played it. I know they did, but I didn't recognize it one iota. So I'm really happy about that. So I'm able to do a genuine, honest reaction to this song. Gotta be honest, I kind of regret not paying attention to this song now. I dug this. I absolutely dug it. Let's get to the score and we'll talk about everything. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that a 9.0. Yup, 9.0. You heard me. I didn't stutter. That is the score I feel this song and performance deserves. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 9.0. What does that mean? Well, a 9.0 would represent an outstanding, amazing, impressive scale rating. So yeah, overall, I think this presentation was an outstanding, amazing, impressive job. It would also get 5 out of 5 stars and an A letter grade. So there you go, a 9.0, outstanding, amazing, impressive job, 5 out of 5 stars, and an A letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. This was a fun song. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you here, folks. Out of all the Love Bites songs I've heard that I've personally enjoyed, I would put this top 5. I'm being dead serious. I don't think it's my favorite. I don't know if I'd be willing to go that far. I don't even know if I'd be willing to go top 3, but I'd be willing to take a chance and say top 5. This was a fun listen. Great listen. The song made perfect sense. The chordal progression made perfect sense. Transitioning the way that they did with the verse, utilizing the third as a modulation. I like that, but always coming back to the root to finalize the phrase before repeating the phrase again. I really like the approach with that. And also utilizing very similar riffs, even with the modulation, relying with the flat 5, the 4, the flat 3, and the 1. But also utilizing the flat 7 when they were on the root. I like that. It created, here's what happened. They had very similar runs. They had very similar riffs, but there was still some pretty clear separation between the two. I like that. The chorus is the hook without question. I love that jump. The 1 to the 3 to the 7, the flat 7. Like that a lot. Very pleasing to the ear, especially coming down from the 6. Now, I was wrong. I was wrong about one. Go ahead, hit me with corrections and retractions. Go ahead.
Corrections and retractions.
I'm not perfect, folks. I'm not. I'm human. I make mistakes. They didn't go to the 5. 7, from the 1 to the 3 to the 7 to the 6, back up to the 7 to the root again. Just as effective as going to the 5. I think the 5 would have created a little more anticipation, while going up to the 7 made it a little more obvious that they were going back to the root. Either way would work. I think for the song that they did, I think for what they were doing with the song, 1 to the 3 to the 7 to the 6 to the 7, it made it, like I said, it makes it very obvious that we're going back to the root again. So there wasn't as much guesswork, there wasn't as much suspense, there wasn't as much, I wonder where are we gonna go from here if they had gone to the 5. By going up to the 7, it made it very clear we're going back to the root. I think that's one of the reasons why it hooked so well, is because there was no guesswork involved. There was no anticipation involved. They laid it out clear as day. This is where we're going. 6, 7, 1 to the 3 to the 7, to the 6 to the 7. Obviously, we're going to the root. I think that's one of the reasons why it hooked so well. The guitar solos, very nice. I was glad to see we did get the switch off. I wasn't sure, but when Midori got, like, 2 phrases of solo, I'm like, is Miyako gonna get a solo, or are we gonna trade off? They did. They both sounded really good. They have very, very distinct styles in their solos. You can tell who's soloing when and where. The ending, I like that ending a lot. With the accents on the downbeats, 1, 2, 3, 4, bah. Hit the downbeat of 1, let it sustain, all together out. Very impactful, very clean. No questions asked, no question mark. Boom. Obvious ending. Strong ending. I like it. There was one other thing I wanted to mention. Oh, the breakdown section before the guitar solos, with everybody on the instruments doing those accented attacks, giving Asami a chance to kind of shine on her own a little bit with the vocals. Very nice. I like it. Very appropriate and not overly done. If they had gone longer, like let's say they had gone double the length, I might have had a problem with that, but they didn't. They kept it short, sweet, and to the point. Love that. Let's talk instrumentation. Let's talk about what everybody did individually. I remember when I'm gonna start in a weird place. Well, it's weird for most people. It's not weird for me because I'm a bass player myself. I remember when they announced Fami as the new bassist, and I went and I checked out some of her solo stuff, and she was doing a lot of the popping and slapping and a lot of funk groove playing. And I remember saying to myself, I don't know if she's gonna fit. I don't know how this is gonna work. We're talking about a band here that is very much a style of thrash metal, and like a cross between thrash metal and power metal, and popping and slapping just really is not gonna fit. And I remember hearing some early recording. I even did a reaction to an early recording of Fami on a song that they did, and she was doing popping and slapping. And I even said during that reaction, when she was doing the fingering, it sounded fine, but when she would go into popping and slapping, it kind of stuck out like a sore thumb. She didn't do any popping and slapping in this song. As a matter of fact, when we saw them live, she only did a couple of times when she popped and slapped, and when she did, it made sense because everybody else was laying out and she was doing it. She was doing the popping and slapping with Haruna, and that was it. It was just the two of them. That made perfect sense. Sure, no problem. Gonna be a drum and bass breakdown, pop and slap to your heart's content. Absolutely. But during the course of a verse, when everybody else is focusing on like 16 note shredding, I don't think popping and slapping is gonna work all that well. I am so glad to see Fami adjust her playing style to fit the band, not being egotistical like I've seen other musicians be when they join bands. And their excuse is, well, you knew what you were getting when you signed me up. You knew the kind of player I was gonna be when you brought me into the fold, so I don't know what your complaint is. Now here's the thing. I see both sides of that argument. I see the artist side of the argument. I see the band side of the argument. The artist side of the argument is, and the argument would be perfectly valid. You knew who I was, you checked me out, you listened to what the style I play, and you brought me in, knowing the kind of music I play and the style of playing that I do. But I also see the band's argument, which is, this is the style of music we play. This is the style of bass playing that has worked for us for X number of years. We know you're capable of doing your style, but we need you to fit into this mold. And quite often, ego will come into play, and they just absolutely clash. I am so glad to see egos put aside. Band and Fami, both Love Bites and Fami, coming into this common ground where she can pop and slap where appropriate, but when it's not appropriate, fitting in the songs within the verses and the choruses and everything else, it fits more into the thrash metal, power metal style. I love seeing that compromise, because I'm going to tell you folks, I've seen bands, I've been in bands where, you know, people leave, and it happens all the time. People leave to go do other things, or, you know, members get a girlfriend, the girlfriend doesn't want the guy in the band or whatever, and we get a new person and their style just does not mix with ours, and the next thing you know, egos are clashing. So yeah, I've been down that road, but I'm really glad to see that the two entities, Fami and Love Bites, have converged and become the new Love Bites. I love it. I love seeing that. Her style definitely fit with the song without question. Love the intro that she did. Just taking the lead and dominating there. That was really, really cool to see. Both guitar players, Midori and Miyako, very nice job on both of their parts, playing very clean, very precise, as always, as I come to expect from both of them. They've really set the bar high for themselves. They have. It's not going to be easy for them to get up, you know, into the high nines. I don't know how, because I have this level of expectation for them, but they did an outstanding job without question. Haruna's drumming on this, thunderous, liked it, liked everything about it, clean, the double kick going clean, cymbal work, very tasteful, have no issue with anything that she did. Vocally, Asami, she was belting it, man, especially on that chorus. She was really belting it on the choruses. Very well done. Loved hearing that. It was fun to listen to. Got no issue with anything that she did. Now, overall, I think this song on its own is a great tune. I would honestly put the song somewhere like 8.7, 8.8, somewhere in there. So why am I giving this a 9.0 when I'm thinking the song really deserves like an 8.7 or 8.8? You know what I'm gonna say, folks, so say it with me.
Sing it out one time.
Here we go. A live show can help your score, or it can hurt your score. In this case, it helped. It absolutely helped. Let's go down the checklist. Let's see if they checked off all the boxes. Stage presence, check. That has never been a problem for this band. This band has never come out looking like a bunch of roadies. They look like rock stars, they present themselves like rock stars, and you can't deny that. So stage presence, check. Stage energy, check. Lots of movement and motion around that stage. Constantly happening too. It wasn't like in the past with other Love Bites reactions I've done, you see it happen once. You know, everybody switched places once, and then that's it. After they switch places once, they stay in their spots. That's happened a number of times with Love Bites. They did check the box. They got the check. Yeah, sure. But that was it. Not in this case. They checked the box several times. They kept re-checking the box. As I like to call it, they kept sharpening the saw. I loved seeing that. Keeps it sharp. Absolutely. Even after you just cut a couple of trees with it, right? Sharpen that saw. Why? Because it's going to make it sharp to the fullest sharpness once again, make it as effective as possible. They kept moving around constantly through pretty much the entire song. Loved seeing that. Stage energy created, no question. Stage interaction, check. Several instances. And this is another reason why I like seeing Fami in the band now, at this point in time. She loves to interact with people, apparently. Saw her go back, interact with Haruna. Saw her come over and interact with Midori. Or did Midori come over and interact with her? I'm not 100% sure. I saw Asami come over and interact with Miyako. I saw several instances where we had stage interaction. Loved seeing that. Yes, yes, yes. Check that box. Crowd interaction. Yes. I'm gonna say check. We did have some stage interaction thanks to Asami. Constantly, you know, interacting with the crowd, motioning to the crowd. that is stage interaction, absolutely. So, not stage interaction, that is crowd interaction. So I will absolutely check that box. Showmanship, oh yes, we saw lots of showmanship, especially because of mostly because of the interactions that we would see. And the switching of places is always fun and interesting. It's kind of fun to keep track on who's where. You know, Miyako going over to Midori Station, Midori going over to Fami Station, Fami coming over to Miyako Station, and then they switch again, and then, you know, they switch again, and it's fun to follow along with. It absolutely is. Production, yeah, they were utilizing lasers at the beginning of the show. That is definitely production. So yeah, take all these things, add them into the score, and this is how we come up with a 9.0 for the live performance and the song. I feel good about that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 9.0, which is an outstanding, amazing, impressive performance and presentation. So yeah, it gets that rating for sure. 5 out of 5 stars and an A letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.